Welcome back. In this lesson, we're looking at machine learning explained simply. AI/machine learning educational explainer. Now let's look at why this matters. Have you ever wondered how YouTube recommends videos you may like? Or how your phone recognizes your face? Or how email apps detect spam automatically? Behind many of these smart systems is something called machine learning. In simple words, machine learning helps computers learn from data. Instead of giving the computer every instruction, we let it find patterns. In this video, we will understand machine learning in a simple way. Now let's look at what is machine learning. Machine learning is a part of artificial intelligence. It allows computers to learn from examples and improve over time. Think of it like teaching a child to recognize fruits. You show many apples, bananas, and oranges. Slowly, the child learns the difference between them. Machine learning works in a similar way. We give the computer data, and it learns patterns from that data. Now let's look at traditional programming versus machine learning. In traditional programming, humans write fixed rules. For example, we tell the computer exactly what to do. But in machine learning, we do something different. We give the computer data and the correct answers. The computer studies the data and creates its own pattern-based rule. This is useful when writing exact rules is difficult. For example, recognizing faces or understanding speech is too complex for simple rules. Now let's look at what does data mean. Data means information that the computer can study. It can be numbers, text, images, sound, or videos. For example, house prices are data. Photos of cats and dogs are data. Customer reviews are also data. The more useful and clean the data is, the better the learning can be. In machine learning, data is like the textbook for the computer. Now let's look at how machine learning learns. A machine learning system learns by finding patterns. Suppose we want to predict house prices. We give the computer old house data. The data may include house size, location, number of rooms, and price. The computer looks for relationships between these details and the final price. After learning, it can estimate the price of a new house. This process is called training a model. Now let's look at what is a model. A model is the result of machine learning. It is not a physical machine. It is a mathematical pattern learned from data. Once trained, the model can make predictions. For example, it can predict whether an email is spam or not spam. It can predict whether a customer may buy a product. It can also classify images, recommend content, or detect risks. Now let's look at training and testing. To check if a model has learned properly, we test it. Usually, we divide data into two parts. One part is used for training. The other part is used for testing. Training data teaches the model. Testing data checks how well the model works on new examples. This helps us know whether the model is truly learning or just memorizing. Now let's look at types of machine learning. Machine learning has different types. In supervised learning, the computer learns from data with correct answers. For example, learning from house details and known house prices. In unsupervised learning, the computer finds hidden groups or patterns. For example, grouping customers with similar buying behavior. In reinforcement learning, the system learns by trial and error. This is used in games, robotics, and decision-making systems. Now let's look at simple real-life examples. Machine learning is already around us. Streaming platforms use it to recommend movies and videos. Banks use it to detect possible fraud. Hospitals use it to support diagnosis and risk prediction. Online stores use it to suggest products. Navigation apps use it to estimate traffic and travel time. So, machine learning is not just theory. It is part of daily life. Now let's look at why machine learning matters. Machine learning matters because it helps us make smarter decisions. It can find patterns that humans may miss. It can process huge amounts of data quickly. It can improve systems over time as more data becomes available. But machine learning is not magic. It depends on good data, careful design, and responsible use. A good model should be accurate, fair, and useful. Now let's look at recap. Let us quickly recap. Machine learning means teaching computers to learn from data. The computer finds patterns and creates a model. The model can then make predictions on new information. Machine learning powers recommendations, spam filters, fraud detection, and more. The key idea is simple: data goes in, patterns are learned, and predictions come out. If this helped you understand machine learning, like, share, and subscribe for more simple explanations. To wrap up, here is the key takeaway. You now have a structured overview of machine learning explained simply. Review the core ideas, connect them to examples, and revisit concepts like why this matters, what is machine learning, traditional programming versus machine learning when practicing. If you can explain the idea in your own words, you have really understood it.